Let's talk.
Giles Brown.
Life. Don't talk to me about life.
It is time for not only the international man of misery, but also the undefeated heavyweight champion of Chutzpah. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, Mr. Michael. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm all right. Boxing. I was talking about boxing, Frank.
Talking about boxing.
Last time I went to a boxing match, my mate turned to me and said, you know, and it was like really, really brutal contest, and he turned to me and said, you know, it's really nice to be out with you and to hear the sound of, you know, broken, you know, people being punched and, you know, sweating the whole thing, and it's not you getting punched for a change.
I once saw there was once a boxer called, in fact, he's Ashley Banjo's father. His name was Funjo Banjo.
Funjo Banjo. I got their album. Didn't they support Jethro Tull in 1970? Funjo Banjo.
He got knocked out so many times, he had a cauliflower arse.
Oh! Thank you, Michael. Oh, genius. Genius.
His sponsors are on the soles of his shoes.
Yeah. What was the name again?
Funzo Banjo.
Funzo Banjo.
Yeah, Ashley Banjo from the dancing group. It's his dad.
Do you, Funzo Banjo, take this like... I mean, that's just, you know...
Right.
So, what's been... I mean, how you doing? Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you. I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sun is out?
Sun's out. Yeah, it's good. Nice. Everything's good.
I picked up a new saying the other day, because the sun came out after loads of rain, and obviously there were cyclists everywhere. And the petrol station woman said, yeah, we call them snails because they all come out after the rain and they move slow and they're annoying.
Yeah, well, they are annoying. I'm not even going to go there.
All right, then, come on, then. Let's get to something lighter. What's your take on... Have you ever been invited to a chat group that you didn't think about?
Oh, what?
That chat group thing that, you know, the JD... Everybody got... All the Americans got all the chat group that had the Secretary of State, JD Vance.
Oh, no.
You never been in a chat group?
No, I don't do any of those group things. None of them. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand how that ever happens. It's just incredible. But I've never been a great Trump supporter.
He speaks very highly of you.
Yeah, I know. And it's sort of, and I saw this wonderful saying which I've nicked, which is America went back to her, it's like America's gone back to her abusive boyfriend after breaking up with him for 4 years. And now they've gone back together again, and now he's going to kill her and all her friends. And it's just like, he's just crazy. He's got this crazy... He just talks and says things which are not true. I mean, he just says ridiculous amounts of things which are just not true. Now you've got this brilliantly clever man, Elon Musk, sitting on his lap, telling him what to do and what not to do. And I'm just wondering when someone's going to turn around and say, you know, the emperor hasn't actually got any clothes on.
There's a thought for your Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like, it's the emperor's new clothes. Everyone's saying, isn't it grand? Isn't it good? Isn't it brilliant? And somewhere someone's going to go, actually, this is getting a bit crazy. These tariffs, 25%, just like, you can't do that. I mean, you can. You just
prove you can do it.
But you know, the domino effect is going to be ridiculous anyway.
That was the Party Political Broadcast on behalf of the Grumpy Party. I just turned on. I mean, who's enjoying this? Stephen Ritson. Well, he's not enjoying it, but he is enjoying it because he must go, because, you know, he goes to bed early at night with a cup of cocoa, you know, and his notes for the day, which is carefully made, written out with a quill and everything in longhand. And then he wakes up in the morning, he flicks on the updates, and it's all changed. So he's like got in Himmel, and he's got to tear it all up again and start again. Because Trump's declared war on penguins or something.
I know, but it just scares me that so many people believe that he's going to do great things, and I hope I'm wrong and they're right.
I mean, great things. That's like me living in interesting times.
No, but he's saying, like, you know, there's never been, no one's ever done this like I've done this. No one's ever done this before. And maybe the reason why they've never done it before is because it doesn't work.
you think he was happy as a child?
Oh, I don't know.
Or do you think he's just sort of sprung fully formed? Anyway, let's get on, because that's...
Well, I want to talk about Hertz again.
Well, as in love Hertz.
The car hire. You know, I last time I was here, I had the whole thing.
Oh, the car hires are available. You've done Trump and...
No, listen, I don't give a monkeys.
Well, I bet, yeah, fine.
So I've hired the car. We've had the whole story. They sent me all the bills for the scratches. That
this is the high-powered Mercedes AGM that you had, and they said you've
done this, I've done that.
Your little joyriding.
So I got a thing back from them. There was no scratches. They made a mistake. I don't owe them anything, and thank you very much for hiring with Hertz. Next day, I get another email for £132 for not paying a congestion charge. So £90 is a fine from traffic from London or
Westminster or Borough of, yeah.
And then there's a £42 service charge from Hertz for paying this bill, which, by the way, I paid.
Okay.
So I now have the receipt in front of me from TfL. I have the copy from where it's come out of my bank account.
Yeah.
And so I phone up Hertz and which again...
Hello, Michael, you again. Hello.
Which is impossible because I'm trying to press 1, press 2, press 4, press this. And, of course, the email that they send you is a no-reply email.
Yeah.
So you now have to go through the whole thing of finding the right email address, because they've also got, 20 different email addresses. There's one for hire, there's one for complaint, there's one for Gold Star, there's one for the Premier Club. All these different things have got different email addresses. But the sensible thing was they send you an email and you reply to the email that they've sent you. That for me,
would make sense.
That would make sense.
Of course it would.
You press something called reply.
Oh, never catch on.
Right. Or even reply all. So I now phone up TfL and say to them, why have you fined me £90? Hold on, I'm in my flow.
Yeah, I know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Why have you fined me £90 for this car, which I've got the receipt for? So I said, okay, give us the car registration number. So it's K0 something, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he said, okay, I can see what's happened here. You've put a zero in instead of an O. So I said, well, if you can see exactly what I've done, why, you must know that, and you've got a description of the car. Well, why have you fined me? Well, because you put a zero instead of an O. But I said, but anyone with any common sense can see that I've made that mistake, but you've accepted the money. You've accepted the payment for this car, which you're telling me doesn't exist. And, of course, I haven't looked at the receipt. I have looked at the receipt, and it says paid. Then the interesting thing comes on. So can you now just change that? And they said, no, we can't talk to you about it anymore because you're not the registered keeper. Hertz is the registered keeper, and we can't, under the Official Secrets Act or whatever it is, or the data protection.
What were you doing though over there, Michael?
No, but what I'm saying is it might as well. So I said, but we've been speaking about it for the last 10 minutes. He says, yeah, but that was till I realised that you weren't the registered keeper. It's Hertz. So he says, you've got to go and get hold of Hertz and get them to phone us and tell us that we can speak to you. So what are they going to go? Hertz is going to phone you up and say, oh, by the way, if Michael phones back,
just tell him.
You can speak to him. So so then I've gone back to Twitter, put it on Twitter, because then you get an immediate response.
Exactly.
Plus, the man from Kenya got back in touch with me to see if he could help me.
Yeah,
the con man.
Him again. Marvellous.
He's a new name. Right. Same guy.
Oh,
hello, Bob.
Like old friends.
How are you doing, Bob?
How are you doing, Bob?
And now I've waiting for Hertz to get back to me to tell me, well, whatever they're going to tell me, but I'm not going to pay them. So I've paid it. I've got a receipt for paying. I've got a receipt for paying it. I've got showing it coming out of my bank account. Why on earth would I pay it?
I'm amazed you actually managed to speak to Transport for London. And
that was the easiest one.
Yeah. You say you're talking to somebody. I always thought transport from London, you would need the patience of Job or something to get through.
No, that was dead easy. He was quite chatty, the geezer.
I'm sure he was.
Right, until he actually asked him a question.
Yeah. And so basically you're being fined for your keyboard skills.
Lack of,
yeah, exactly. Last time I looked at the driving licence thing.
Easy mistake.
Of course.
Because what happened was you just type in a number, and it's bad enough that the O and the 0, I think, on the keyboard are right near each other, aren't
Man checking. They are, yes, indeed. One is up and to the right of t'other.
Yeah. So I'm messing about on my phone. Just make sure that I paid it in time. I got it all paid. Money's gone out of the bank account. They've taken the money.
Of course they've taken the money.
So therefore...
Open the box. Take the money.
No, but by taking the money, then they must have acknowledged the sale, if you want.
Oh.
Anyway. So that was that.
When the people ask you, do you have hobbies? You just say, yeah, I spend most of my time dealing with...
Well, the good thing is, of course, is that I don't have anything else to do. So, that's it.
Right.
And bless my daughter, she's becoming a complainer just like her dad. She was in a hotel in London doing some research, and she gets up at silly o'clock in the morning to do running and gym and fitness things,
that sort of stuff.
So what she does is she packs a little bit of porridge. Like in a little one of these porridge pots, so you just put a little hot water in, and that help her start her day, so she can just put her gym stuff on, go for a little run, then come back, have a shower, blah blah blah, and have a breakfast. So she phones down,
right,
and said, because what she's done, and let me tell you so she's heated up the kettle, she's poured the hot water into a pot of porridge, but in the room, in the cup, is not a spoon. It's a stick to stir your tea with.
Yes.
So she thinks, well, why haven't they given me a spoon in the room? So she phones down.
Spoon in the room.
So she phones down and says,
I want a
spoon
in the room.
I want a spoon, and please. And they say, we don't do room service in the morning. She says, I don't want room service. I want a spoon to stir something up with. They say, but we provide you with a wooden stick. She says, I don't want a stick. I want a spoon. Anyway, this is a top hotel. This is not like some little two-bob hotel. It's quite an expensive hotel, and they will not. They flatly refuse to give her a spoon.
So in her room.
So what she does is she goes downstairs, goes into the breakfast area, nicks a spoon, and goes back up to her room where the porridge is now cold. Anyway, just why can't people just turn around and say, you'd like a spoon? Certainly.
Isn't it a service? Last time I looked, Grumps, wasn't that a service industry? Yes, we're happy to help you.
Nothing is a service. Everything now. What is a punch-up?
That's a T-shirt and a half. Do you think it was health and safety? You're not allowed spoons? I mean,
it's just been... someone's decided...
No, we're not going to have spoons. We're not going to have spoons.
Yeah, someone's decided no more spoons.
No more spoons.
So...
Don't do your underwear in the kettle.
No, but I mean, so they've got wooden sticks which they're throwing away instead of washing up spoons. It's
rainforest.
It's some
being hacked down for that.
Oh, I mean, it's just ridiculous, and it just carries on like this. And it's the same thing as I tell you the other thing as well. Have you ever been into a hospital or somewhere where there's a third-party vending machine?
Yes.
Right. You put your money in, and nothing comes out.
Right.
You're banging on the side of the machine and all that, and the security man's coming over and he's about to restrain you or throw you out the building.
Yeah.
And you say, yeah, but I put my £2 or whatever it is into this machine, and my drink or my snack or whatever hasn't come out.
Yeah.
And he turns around and says, sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's a third-party vending machine. The name and address is on the side. There's an email number. There's a QR code. Basically, it swallowed up. You say, yeah, but I haven't got any money left on me.
Yeah.
That's all I had was my last 2 coins, or I haven't got my credit cards or whatever, and now I can't have my drink. Nothing we can do about it. So I saw it happen the other day with in a garage where a guy's pulled up and he had €2 to put into the air thing to blow a flat tyre.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. Wouldn't work. So he's gone to the person.
Saying, can I have, yeah?
And they've said, no, we can't give you your money back because it's a third-party thing running the air machine. And he, quite rightly, went absolutely bonkers, saying, look, I've done business with you. Yeah. I'm on your forecourt, right? I've put money into what appears to be your machine. I need to put air in my tyres, and now I can't because it's swallowed my money and won't work. And this is something that happens all the time. Everybody's got an excuse not to do something. There's always a reason why they can't do it. I'm sorry, we can't do this because of the Data Protection Act. We can't do this because you weren't the one who signed for it. We can't do. Always it's not our machine. It's not our problem. It is your problem. If you've got something on in your premises, it should be by law your. You
have a moral responsibility to the customer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, if you've got it on your forecourt, it belongs to you as far as I'm concerned, and you've got to pay it. And if it's in your hospital or wherever this machine is, don't blame it. Don't make me write to a company or phone a company or do whatever I've got to do to get my £2 back. It's just. I think what they do is hope that people just don't bother.
Yeah. Well, you're not going over 2 years. You're not going to bother. What else? What you need to see is see a good movie to get you away from all that.
Yeah, we were watching a movie the other day, and I just thought to myself, I sort of having flashbacks to good old days. When I used to go to the films, go to the pictures, yeah. And you'd see 2 films. You'd see the B film,
yeah,
and then there'd be a bit of Pathé News or whatever, or
the Indian restaurant. 5 minutes from this cinema.
Yeah, and then there'd be the main feature film. What happened to all that?
Oh well, because presumably,
give me one good reason.
They would tack on the 30 minutes. Yeah, please don't say that. I know you're angry, but please. They would tack on that sort of, presumably someone as a package, and it would give the what do you call them? Bleeding film operators. Come on, what was the name of the guy who used projectionist? Thank you.
Yeah.
It would give projectionists time to queue up the main reel, because remember they had to change the reels over. Maybe that was the reason. And also, the assistant could come through with ice creams. Come through during the intermission, because it made it more of a thing. Now, of course, it's all done digitally, so there's actually nobody watching the film. There's nobody at the back of the cinema.
Yeah, but I think I just remember a nice little. Oh, I'm going back years.
Puffins or something.
Oh no, this used to be good thing. You used to watch 2 films, and it was just great.
Have a meal, get the bus ride back, have an Indian.
Yeah,
I miss those adverts, like 30 200 yards from this station.
Yeah, so that's something I miss. What else do I miss? I don't miss this. This is another con.
Go on,
another con. Which, bless her heart, my daughter's still. She goes shopping here quite a lot when she's here, and she's very capable of spending a few quid, more than capable.
Michael Senker's film viewing was interrupted by Zeppelin raids, quite unquote. Thank you for that.
And everywhere she goes, like El Corte and places like that, they offer a tax-free shopping.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Right, so you can. You buy.
Will you stop assaulting the mic? Just take the pop guard away. Right. Just
This thing here.
Yeah, no, the pop. Yeah, okay.
Well, it's only you've got cheap mic.
Honestly, he thinks he's Led Zeppelin. He thinks he's never meant Graf Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin. He thinks he's rock.
So she goes in and we buy all this stuff, and I said, "So why don't you use this tax-free business? Because it's like 20-odd%."
For one brief moment, then, yeah, go on.
So she said, "Good idea, Dad." They give her all this paperwork, and she goes off spending as normal, and she's run up a nice few bills. Gets to the airport,
yeah,
and says, how do I claim my tax-free money? You've come through customs already, or you've come through checking. It's too late. You can't claim back your money. Okay, where do I claim back my money? Well, if you go down there, turn left, turn right, blah, blah, blah,
Not 3
jump
times.
jump through the hoops.
Ask for Otto.
Not 3 times, ask for Fred. Basically, she cannot find in Malaga Airport.
Of course not.
How you actually get your money back. It's another, well, it's like a quiz show. You know, stay on there for 2 hours on your quiz show trying to win the money, get to the last thing, and what you've won is nothing.
My mate left his laptop, but it was found. So they said, we've got your laptop, fabulous. Come on, you know. So I went to get it, and not in the lost property where you think it'd be. It is miles out, right? And I went down on a Sunday morning, and the guy who opened the thing had a night out and he wasn't there. So I phoned, because there's nobody there, and they were ever so apologetic, but they said, Pepe's not feeling well, so can you come back tomorrow? It's like can you come back tomorrow between the hours of between 11 and 11:05 to pick it up?
Yeah, but this thing is advertised in every shop.
Yeah, I know the thing. It's the square advert with tax-free shopping.
Yeah, but no, I can't. If anybody knows how to actually get your money back, I'd be interested to know.
952 78 4000. If you know how to get your money back. Now then.
Yes, sir.
What else are we talking about? Did you mention? Do you want to talk about previous? Do you want to talk about arrangements?
Oh, what about my wife's arrangements?
Well, I mean, I think because we all have to. The great certainty in life.
Well,
what do you talk about? There you are. Set the scene.
So we were sitting down watching the telly, watching a film
in the
foldy back armchair, and we're having a chat as we do. And we'd finished watching the TV. Patty was just going to have a little tidy up before we go to bed.
Putting the pins in the voodoo doll.
Yeah, and she says to me, "Oh, I know what I was going to ask you."
Yeah. Yes, darling, you said.
I said, what? Do you want to be buried in the Jewish cemetery when you die? So I said, that's funny, you should sort of bring this up before we go into bed and sort of set the scene for my night's dreams. And so I said, what made you sort of think of that? Well, you know, just sort of thinking, like, planning ahead. So I just
nice to know I'm involved in these plans, but not in the way I want to be.
Yeah. So I said, I really haven't given it a lot of thought, and sort of just before I go to bed is not the time I actually want to be thinking about it. Yeah. You know, maybe it'd been thrown into a discussion over lunch, or we were actually going through our wills, or maybe I was even in hospital.
You know, that's the sort, you know.
But no, I just wondered it makes me wonder what things that go on in women's minds as opposed to men's minds. I mean, you know, Patty will say to me on many occasions, "What are you thinking about?" And I can honestly say nothing.
Yeah, that's a male superpower.
I can honestly say absolutely.
We go sleep mode, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. I close down. It's like I'll come back tomorrow sometime. And it makes me angry because she's been sitting there and I just can't think of the train of thought that we've been watching, I don't know, Yellowstone or
picking out flowers,
or something, some
order of service,
some program on the TV
that's
made her come out with a statement like, "Where do I want to be buried?" I don't get it. But there is a process of this which I'm not party to. Because she says, she tries to explain it, that first of all, I mean, it's all these sort of things. She says to me, "Do you ever think that one day you're going to open the lift door and there'll be a man hanging in there?"
What?
And I go, "No,
what?
No.
There'll be a man hanging in there."
Yeah. I mean, this is, I don't know.
How many, you see, this is, ladies love true crime dramas, don't they?
They do.
So, therefore, this is the thing. Watching true crime, it's got to be the more outrageous, because there are like 80,000 true crimes. It's got to be outrageous. So,
Yeah,
man found hanging in the
but there's
elevator.
always things like, you know, when we had our dog, we couldn't walk the dog after midnight because that's when all the bogeymen come out. all the nutters come out after 12 o'clock. I said, but no, they don't. But I just have to. I'm just trying to get in. It's the whole. It's what would you like to do tomorrow? And I'm about to say what I'd like to do tomorrow, and I look at her face and I go, not sure. Maybe you tell me what I'm going to do tomorrow. Yeah. Because otherwise I get, would you like to do this? And I get, yep, that's fine. No, I know that's not fine. I know that is not fine.
Fine is the most dangerous word in the English language.
Yeah.
By some people.
Anyway, so I've got to make my mind up where I want to be buried now.
I was, because yes.
You was talking about tipping earlier.
Yeah.
And you said you're a great tipper.
I'm not a great tipper, but I do tip. When I'm getting a press freebie, okay, I always tip. I will always do
so let me ask you a couple of questions, because I tip.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't get it. Because, okay, so look, if I have my hair cut, you don't.
I'm offended, but go on, anyway, yeah.
Be offended.
Oh, exactly. That's going to happen, yeah. It's not going to grow back, yeah.
Right. So if I go into a hairdresser's and somebody cuts my hair, I give them a tip.
Yeah, same here.
If the owner cuts my hair, you don't tip?
Oh, I don't know if it's the owner, do I? I don't say to the guy.
But you know he's the owner because he's called Chris and the shop's called Chris.
Well, I always get my hair done by Moroccans because.
Okay, so I'm asking you a general.
If he was called Chris, I wouldn't. Well, it depends. I might tip him, but it's his business.
But that's his price. He's decided to charge me £30 or whatever it is for a haircut.
There you go, mate. Have a coffee on me.
Right, 30 quid, whatever it is for a hair. Why have I got to give him 33 quid or 32 quid? Why? Well, then charge me 32 quid. I'm not arguing about.
I tried to tip the pizza boy the other day, and he wouldn't take it. He said, no, that's a pizza man. He said, no, that's, I said, look, you come out and it was kissing with rain. I said, here, and he went, no, I don't want to take that. Thank you very much, my friend.
You should have offered him a reasonable amount.
Did that.
Right.
That was enough.
Okay, but so why do I have to pay people to do their job?
Right. Well, with service, it's always with bar staff or with waiters especially. It's always been part of the thing. If you're not getting tronc, you got tronc and the tip.
No, but now it's getting to the stage where you can't tip.
Because it's all thing.
Well, because this card thing, like two of the restaurants I know that I go to will not allow you to put a tip on their credit card machine.
I once saw somebody try and tip in the One Key in London, the Chinese restaurant, the famous one in Soho, the worst one in the world, and the waitress ran after them and threw the change at them. On Water Street, Dean Street.
I had that in America at Carnegie Deli when the first time I went to New York back in the 80s, and the woman, I gave her 10%. And she just looked and he said, what was wrong with the service? She came out and said, you need it more than I do.
We're running out of time.
Story of my life.
Can I get a tip?
Yeah, don't eat green snow.